Okay, we'll see if you guys pop back on again. I don't know. I have no idea what just happened, or actually I was trying. So anyway, if you can try and write something, I'd like to just to see if I can see it now. So if anybody can. All right, I'm starting to see a little bit popping up there. So that's a very interesting, technology is, well, you know, it's interesting. And if it, hi Hannah, hi Annie. So I don't know if it's gonna supersede the other video or if this video, so I'm just gonna say what I said really quick, distill it down. This Thursday, which is November 17th, I will be at Sal's Italian Restaurant doing a group reading. I will be there from 6 to 8 p.m. So that's the first thing. The second thing is on Friday night from 5 to 9. Oh, the 16th is, oh, sorry. Okay. Thank you, Hannah. I appreciate that. The 16th is a Thursday. You're absolutely right. So the 15th is, normally I do these on Wednesdays. If I don't do them on Wednesdays, usually I get a little weirded out. But so it's the 16th is a Thursday. I'll be teaching, I'm sorry, I'll be doing group readings at Sal's Italian Restaurant in Tecumseh. That's the first thing. Second thing is I will be, on Friday night, I'm teaching a course. I'm really excited about this. It's been evolving for the past year, but I know I said it in the last pretty quickly. It's part coach, it's part medium, it's part psychic, it's part what's holding you back. It's really digging into how spirit talks to you and how you can hear it better. Okay, and I'll tell you why. Because I always thought, like, as I was getting, as I was walking my path, my spiritual path, I always imagined that there'd be just this spirit talking in my ear, being blah 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 blah. Don't forget about this. Don't forget about that. Talk to that person. Talk to that person. It doesn't work that way. And I want to explore with you how it actually works, and it is a bunch of fun. Okay, so So I don't want to waste anybody's time. I think we should really get going and jamming on this stuff. So let's see what we got going on right now. Normally I have like so many things going through my head, and I don't have like one really solid. I usually have here's a Jani moment. Like, this is something we can learn, and this is. So I guess maybe my learning moment is going to be on the on how spirit can talk to you. So I know that I've put it on my website. There was on my website, on my Facebook page, about license plates I've seen. But that's one of the ways that my guides will speak to me, is through license plates. So and as it turns out, billboards. That's right. I was driving back from Ohio. I was in Ohio over the weekend, and I was driving back from Ohio, and I'm driving down the highway, and what I begin to see is a billboard, and sort of, maybe I had a review that wasn't really nice. I mean, it was and it wasn't. It was an interesting experience, and it turns out I don't really do well with people saying bad stuff about me. I don't know about you guys, but I know it's not my stuff, but I still have to kind of process it through me and through my body, which just is ugly. So I was processing, and I was driving back from Ohio, and whenever your ego will either go, oh yeah, you're really good, or oh, you're really bad, and I was sort of at the really bad ego side. My shadow side was kind of coming up to do a little boxing with me, like a little shadow boxing. And what happened is that what ends up happening is I'm, shadow boxing I'm boxing with my shadow, and I'm like, okay, maybe I should just, retire. That's what I thought. I'll just retire. Let's get a job. I don't know if it's even possible for me not to give messages, but it was a thought. And right as I had that thought, I look over on the expressway, and there is like, "We believe in you." And I thought, oh, okay, all right, I'm going to keep. So it's not just, it is not just doing, spirit isn't going to talk to you just in license plates. So look for when you're having a thought about something. Here's another good example. I was in the car driving someone around, and we're having a bit of let's say an argument. Yes, I get into arguments. I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, nor should anybody expect me to be perfect, because I'm not. So I'm in the car with somebody who's a little contentious with me, and I look up and I see this license plate and it says, be loving. And I thought, okay, all right, okay, I get it. Just be the best you can possibly be in that moment. So I want to offer that that's something that, and I'd like that, like license plates, billboards, which are interesting ways. And the more that you're asking, talking to your guides and starting this dialogue where you're really working with the white light of God, the white light of spirit, the white light of your guides around you, you begin to, oh wait, maybe I'm going to push you this way. Let's get more of the fireplace. What do you think? Is that better? It's kind of nice. It's pretty, it's calming. It's like our calming experience. Okay. So if you can name that movie, I'll give you $1. Anyway, so, okay, so let's start. Okay, so I want to start. I know it's interesting because either today is somebody's, it's like a birth date and a death date. So I have a couple of different people showing up here, and I feel like there is a, it's like an echoing. It's, Wayne's World. Okay, Annie, you get $1. You're totally right. When I see you, if you ever make it out, because you always say you're going to, then you don't, I will give you $1, Annie, every time. So, okay, Hannah, it's interesting. So, okay, so Hannah, you said your birthday is tomorrow, because what's interesting is that you can see a lot of reflection over here, can't you? So, what's interesting is that as I'm like hearing and feeling that it's your birthday, I have a, so, okay, Hannah, I don't know, your birthday, did you get birthday messages like sung to you or like left on your voicemail or something along those lines where you're actually like, I feel like this is a brother energy, and I don't know, I'm going to have to say this because I feel it makes me a little bit nervous, like I feel that there's this, it feels almost like a drug addiction. I feel like really sniffly in my nose, and I just want to, like, maybe I need to blow my nose, but I don't have a cold right yet. So I'm feeling like there's this, like, oh man, I'm missing that birthday thing that's supposed to happen. It's just like another depressing thing. So really try and just understand that your brother is trying to make it through. Oh, yay, good. You are spot on. Okay, I won't quit. I'm kidding. I just work my shadow stuff out in the open where everybody can see it, because if I were, it's a lot. Do you want to know something? Teaching people how to like hear from spirit and listen to spirit, are you ready? Is a lot like teaching aerobics. Like, I'm not kidding. It really is. When I taught aerobics or taught Pilates or yoga, I was way out there, because the more way out there I am, the more comfortable you are with where you're at. So understand that, okay? I'm way out there. I put everything out there because, oh, Tara, if you need a hairdresser, Tara Santiago. She's amazing. She's a luminosity. Hi from Georgia. So just understand that I'm way out there. I'm so like willing to put what I'm dealing with into the world, because it helps you know you're not alone in dealing with your stuff. And yes, you can be on a spiritual path. And yes, things can fall apart a lot and not work out. But it's about loving each moment you take, being like, being in love with the moment enough to love what really is happening. Okay, so okay, I feel the brother, but I also feel a father. I feel a father with a heart attack, and this is a death anniversary. Either it is today or it was yesterday. I know it's really weird because, like, that was my father too. So he's reminding me so much of my own father. So I want to talk to somebody. Oh, you like the fire, Sarah? Oh, isn't it so nice? Maybe I'll do this a lot. Do you get warmed up just watching it, right? Yeah, I just all of a sudden, hi Amy, I feel just a lot of fathers standing up, like heart attack, aneurysm, heart attack. So if you've been watching these mediumship live things, if you've been watching these mediumship live, then you know that there's normally like a theme that will happen. So this is a lot how a group reading will your dad died of a cardiac arrest, but he passed away. So that is, I mean, it's interesting because right as you sent that, I was gonna say this next thing. If it is similar to you, or you feel like in your soul, she's talking to me, take it, because what ends up happening is it's a message for you. So it always shifts, and sometimes it's not even for the people who are on here tonight. It could be for somebody who's watching it either later in the week or on YouTube or anything like that. But understand that in a group reading, there are multiple people that they piggyback on. So it feels like there's definitely more than one. I feel like there is a death anniversary either today or yesterday. Feels like somebody who might have worked in at one of the big threes. I feel like Ford. I do feel like Ford. I just saw the F. Oh, okay. All right. So, I'm going to ask you really quick to share this, because that's how people find out about what this is. Oops. That's interesting. So share, it's everything that always happens for a reason. Whether it be somebody calling in, whether it be the fire, whether it be any, so there's always everything that happens for a reason. So there's this, okay, all right, okay. So I think this is a male. I think I died of a heart attack young. I want to even be lower than 50 when I say that. Almost, I think it might have been a smoker, because I'm having a hard time catching my breath. It feels like I don't even know. It doesn't make me feel like he's necessarily on right now, but there feels like there's a male lost his male best friend. Wow. It feels like, I don't know if they're just coming through to be like, I lost my best friend. I lost my male best friend. I'm trying to get a message to him. And I feel like his, I don't know, because here it is. I thought it was a heart attack, but as I'm looking closer, I see snowmobiles. I'm seeing snow. I'm seeing snowmobiles. I'm seeing like the wife of this man being incredibly depressed. If you guys know who this person is, please make sure you share this video, because it's almost like what they're wanting to do is to drive this towards this man. So it's almost like it's very, in sharing it, it'll get to the right person. So a best friend who's alive, who's male, lost his best friend. I feel like it was not a heart attack, though. It feels like a snowmobile crash, but it feels like there was a question of, did he have a heart attack and then crash? There was this sort of like, I don't really know what came first kind of part, but he's making me feel, I do see him on a snowmobile. So that's the one thing. Then that's one of them. All right. He just showed me, the picture he just showed me in my head is like of, he's like, it's like almost like a cul-de-sac of houses where there was everybody, all the neighbors knew each other, all the neighbors got along. I feel garage doors open. I feel like people like hanging out, drinking beer, and just shooting the breeze. Okay, so I feel like the best friend's suffering right now, and there might even be like a seasonal affective disorder. Like I just feel depression. So yeah, if you know this person, make sure you try and get it to him. Oh, you can't. Does anybody else having a problem hearing me? I see one person. I don't know if me turning my volume up is going to help, but I always feel like I'm yelling. Thank you, Brad. I always feel like I'm totally yelling when I do these, like blah, 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 blah. Okay. All right. So, okay. So I also feel, I feel like, I have a grandfather. I feel like there's an aneurysm in the back of the head. I feel like, it's interesting. This is a grandfather actually had money too, because he's making me feel a little bit like Daddy Warbucks. So understand, they use my life, movies, videos, ideas, and thoughts. This could be scary, to get the messages across. I feel like it's just so when I think of like a Daddy Warbucks type of individual, understand that I'm thinking of somebody who actually is very generous and warm-hearted. So let's just not say he had money. I want to, because it could be that he's a very generous and warm person that is trying to get through, and it does feel, I feel head when I do this. And I don't know if he had a beard or not, but he's making me like itch my face. So that's another thing. I did, here, there's more fire. Okay, so, wow, we've been on here for 15 minutes already, plus the other few minutes that got thrown away or something. I also want to have, I do want to, I'm just coming back to that birthday cake. This, you have to know, I don't know if you're still on, Hannah, but this birthday is supposed to be a pretty, pretty big birthday. Hannah, are you on? Maybe she's not on. Okay, so because interestingly enough, I'm hearing, seeing, feeling that there's like somebody on here is about to find out that they're gonna have a baby, and I'm saying it's not me. So it's one of all you, not me. I see a baby. So I don't know, Hannah. I don't know if you're trying to have any more children, but I'm seeing that. Okay, all right. So, you know, it's interesting because I'm feeling, I have been feeling this for a while, like this collective energy that really potentially wants to channel, which I don't really know how to do that and that yet. And I definitely don't want to, but I want to, this is almost this is like, I want everybody, I know I've talked about like training everybody to begin to, okay, Mickey, I need to answer your question, but I will answer your question as soon as I finish this thought. I'm just putting you on a stack in my head. So one of the things that when I'm feeling this is that it's actually a time to trust your gut feeling about stuff. If you're not wanting to go somewhere or you're really feeling like you're getting a calling not to, then don't. There's a book that I think is a really good book, is The Gift of Fear. I want to say that because we're really living in times that are unpredictable. And there is a part that you have to do your work here, and Spirit does its work, but you cannot just sit around saying, I'm going to be safe, I'm going to be safe, I'm going to be safe. You have to do the legwork around it. It's really important. It feels very important to me that you have this that you have this one resource of the book, and two, your brother is not going anywhere. So the resource of the book and oh, there's, okay, that's funny. I didn't see your dog. Okay, so if you're feeling the gift of fear, really listen to it. It doesn't mean that you isolate yourself and you hole up in your bedroom, your bathroom, your living room and just watch Netflix all the time. By any stretch of the imagination, life doesn't happen out there. Life happens in the world. But if you're being guided through fear, and your guides, because your guides can use fear to kind of say, don't go there, don't be on that bus, don't go to that that venue. So really listen to it. That's the first thing. That's one. Mickey, I think your name is Mickey. I got to go up. Yeah, Mickey Mathers. Will I ever find love? Are you still in here, Mickey? Well, it's interesting because as I'm like sitting here, I'm feeling like a fatherly figure step forward for you, and I'm also feeling that he's telling me, are you picking? Oh, I'm gonna go down to see if you're here. Okay, you are here. So I'm feeling like this fatherly energy. I don't know if this is a father or a grandfather, but it definitely feels fatherly towards you. I'm feeling like maybe you're picking flashy men. I think you're going to find love. I see, okay, wait, I'm seeing you being driven in a car. So I'm seeing, when I'm seeing this, I see actually he has a nice car. this is not something I would normally do, but it almost feels like this fatherly energy is coming through to let you know that it is going to happen. But it's not that you have to like raise your expectations about how you're treated within the relationship. I'm feeling like there's, when I'm saying they're flashy, they may not be, their behavior towards you is not the highest. Does that make sense? I do need a heart. Yeah. So I'm gonna offer the advice that you fall in love with yourself, because the more I know that may sound like advice that isn't as wonderful as you would want it to be. Let me say that. But I think that what I'm hearing is that you need to fall in love with your energy, so that when somebody comes around that lowers your energy and you're kind of making it all work, that you're able to walk away from that. Because I'm feeling like you've stayed in a couple relationships too long where things were happening that weren't to your that weren't to something that weren't good for your soul. That's all I can say. Like, don't stay long to somebody who's not loving and being honoring towards you. Okay, that's 21, 22. Let me see. I'm just sort of looking here within the room. Sort of, I go around and be like, is anybody else stepping forward within my room that has a message for someone? So these notes. Yeah. I don't know, Mickey. When I'm connecting here, I'm feeling like there's this want to move out of Michigan. So really start journaling so you can start seeing themes kind of picking up out of the words for you. Okay, let me see. Oh, I mean, I gotta say though, I'm feeling like there's a mother energy that came forward that's like letting me know that there's a daughter on here that's dealing with depression. Like there's a depression that hit. It almost feels seasonal to me. I know it's dark really early, but it feels like there's this depression. It's so hard to get behind the 8 ball when you're dealing with Michigan sun though, because it goes away and it's so hard to play catch up on vitamin D. Okay, so oh, did you just start talking about Michigan football? Now this is something crazy. As the older I get, the worse it gets. I'm starting to really like football. It's probably because I have 2 sons that really dig football, and they tell me all, and I don't know. I just got to say, you should watch Louisville with Lamar Jackson. He is the bomb to watch on football. So I think that we're done. I'm not seeing anything coming forward that is sort of that's burning. Now understand, when you do a group reading, and even in this way, you don't always get what you want. You get what you need. That's one thing. And you never know what somebody else's needs above yours are. I do want to apologize. I thought like for a little while earlier that I had a reading. I don't know what I'm doing. Sometimes I'm so busy and I'm just trying to set people up when I can. And I almost double booked myself for tonight. So if I ever do that again, I will make sure I announce it on my Facebook page. I don't know what happened. A lot of people unliked me. Well, I don't know, like didn't unlike me. Like I don't like you anymore. But if you haven't liked my Facebook page, do it. Tell people about me. I'll give you cards. I'll do whatever you need. Okay, wait. I won't do whatever you need. I just will give you cards and talk to anybody. I appreciate the nice things that you're saying. Thank you for not retiring. Okay. And what else do I have to say? You know what? I love doing these. I love just like helping people out, because it's never the length of the reading that you get. It is what you get out of it, and what you're willing to get out of it. It's all up to you. You guys are the one who runs it here. Oh, totally, for sure, Jenny. This could be a grandmother instead of a mother. So absolutely. they come through pretty much the same sometimes. And with they come through just the same, and sometimes it's hard to really differentiate when we're doing it, when I'm doing a group reading that's electronic and I don't even know who's here. So just understand that with that being said, if you connected with a message, take it, it's yours, own it, be it, and just know that even if you're watching this, my guides, your guides are connecting, and this is like an energetic boost to get your week going. So just know that that's why I'm doing this on Mondays. All my Bill Clinton hands. Anyway, oh, she was like, okay. I mean, that makes sense, Jenny. She was like a mom to you. All right. So, you know, I just thank you guys for showing up every week, and I thank you for sharing it. Thank you for showing up to sales this week. Tell anybody you know that wants to come. And there was a little angry face. Do you guys see the angry face? And if you have any questions about this class, I'm looking for, I would like 3 more spots filled. So if you're interested, please come. It's going to be, we're really going to be hitting the ground running, talking about some really deep, big metaphysical stuff to help support everybody on their way. And as always, see light, be light, because the more you see it, the more you appreciate it, the more you can be it. So what you appreciate, appreciates. When you meet somebody on the street, be like, the love in me sees the love in you, because that's all we are. And the more you do that, the happier and more excited and the bigger your vibration and energy becomes. So thanks so much for tuning in. As always, I have fun, and take care of yourselves. Bye. I just saw you, Jennifer Brunettes. It's good to see you. I love you. Mwah.